language can sometimes be a challenging and frustrating experience. At times you might feel that you have reached a dead end or hit a brick wall, and motivating yourself can become difficult. Don't forget that speaking a second language not only opens new doors, but also has numerous other advantages. Hello and welcome again to my channel, Learn with Miles. In this video, you can learn basic Tagalog or Filipino phrases to navigate the Philippines. Filipinos are known as some of the most fluent speakers of English in the world. Getting to know basic phrases of the main local language, Tagalog, is an exciting experience in itself for visitors. After all, Tagalog is such a rich language with ties to other countries. So even though some of its words and phrases sound similar to Spanish, Sanskrit, or Bahasa Indonesia, it is still a language distinct from them all. Beyond just, mabuhay, hello. Familiarize yourself with these basic Filipino phrases that should come in handy when getting around the Philippines. Here are the important phrases such as greetings that are useful to know in any language you learn, including Tagalog. Magandang umaga means good morning. Magandang hapon means good afternoon. Magandang gabi means good evening. When you check in your hotel or when you approach locals on the streets to ask a question, a basic greetings in their tongue such as magandang umaga, magandang hapon, and magandang gabi should put a smile on their faces. They'll be able to tell that you took the extra effort to learn the Tagalog counterpart of these universal greetings after all. Maganda actually means beautiful in Tagalog, but locals have been using the word in their greetings to mean good. Because for Filipinos, a good day is a beautiful day too. Next, kumusta ka means how are you? Kumusta ka sounds familiar to Spanish speakers because this is the Tagalog counterpart to the Spanish, como esta, which also means how are you. This is one of the most basic Tagalog phrases you'll encounter that resembles Spanish. The more you explore the Philippines, the more you'll notice Spanish words or phrases adapted into the vernacular, due in the part of Spanish colonization of the Philippines for hundreds of years. Next, salamat means thank you. Salamat, which means thank you, should come in handy in any situation in the Philippines. Use it during a quick chat with the locals, on your rides around the country, or even when someone assists or helps you with anything or something. Well, this word sounds a lot like Bahasa Indonesia's salamat, showing how the Tagalog language is similar to that of our neighbor Indonesia. But while the two words sound similar, they differ in meanings. Bahasa Indonesia's salamat has the meaning of congratulations. Next, oo, hindi means yes, no. When someone asks you something, for example, they're asking you, are you Chinese? Then you say, hindi, because you're not Chinese. Are you Korean? Then you say, oo, because you're a Korean. Oo is pronounced as o, while hindi is pronounced hindi, rhyming with me with a stress put in D. Next, pwede po magtanong, may I ask a question? This is one of the important phrases that you're going to use, especially when you find yourself lost in a crowd like Colon streets. Feel free to pose a question to any sidecar or a tricycle driver you chance upon. Say, pwede po magtanong, before you ask them for directions, and they will for sure happily engage with your question. It's best to ask these local street drivers as they will know every nook and corner of the area you find yourself lost in. Next, ingat means take care. Say ingat, meaning take care, when you have to part ways with someone who's traveling to another place without you. This word is usually said alongside the word formal sounding paalam or goodbye. Next, paalam means goodbye. When the time comes that you have to bid goodbye to the local receptionist whom you have become familiar with for a few days or weeks, to your local tour guide who's been teaching you the city's best kept secrets, say paalam, meaning goodbye, to let them know you're leaving. Next, po. An article to add politeness to any sentence. Po is a Tagalog article used in the middle or at the end of the most sentences to show respect. Add this article when you're talking to elders or authorities. You can also use it when talking to anyone regardless of age when you just want to sound as courteous as possible. Next, transportation phrases in Tagalog. Traffic in Philippine cities, including Manila, can be overwhelming for newbies. Here are some phrases that will help you get around more easily. The modes of transportation used in the Philippines are jeepneys, trains, buses, and taxis. You'll need to communicate with your driver or fellow passenger from time to time, so be sure to know these basic phrases that will keep your rides less of a hassle. But before we delve into each commuting scenario, pick up these general directional phrases first. Paano pumunta sa? Then you state the location. This means, how do I get this location? Sometimes, only locals know shortcuts that beat any online map in helping you reach your destination. It doesn't hurt to sometimes just ask a local you stumbled upon. You say, paano pumunta sa? In Tagalog, which means, how do I get to this location? Remember to say salamat to thank them for saving your precious travel time and pointing you in the right direction. Next, riding the jeepney. When you visit the Philippines, wouldn't be complete without riding jeepneys, a colorful sight on the country's national roads. They are unique to the Philippines and have become more than just a vehicle that we're going to use in our day-to-day lives. Jeepneys also reveal the country's post-World War II history, when creative locals fashioned this vehicle out of the US military jeeps that were no longer in use. Here's what to say before you board a jeepney, during your ride, and as you prepare to alight at your stop. Pakiabot po ng bayad means, please pass my payment to the driver. Jeepney seats are arranged in a long rows to accommodate as many passengers as possible. So locals who find themselves in the middle or at the far ends of the seats typically make their payments by asking someone nearer to the driver to help pass their payment to him and say, pakiabot po ng bayad, or please pass my payment to the driver when handing over your fare. Following etiquette that local jeepney riders have developed over the years. Make sure to prepare enough small change and pay using your coins or smallest bills, as the driver doesn't just drive, but he also receives payment and gives out change unless he has an assistant with him to do this extra work. Paying him in exact change will save his time and help him better focus on the road. However, if you pay a little big amount because you don't have coins or the smallest bills, then you want to get your change, then you can tell the driver, yung sukli po sa, then you state the total payment. In English, may I have my change out of? As drivers are preoccupied with a lot of tasks at the same time, driving, receiving payments, and handing out change, sometimes it takes him a while to hand over your change. Be extra patient, but feel free to remind him if you haven't received your change yet. If he owes you change after you paid him 20 pesos, hello, yung sukli po sa 20 pesos? Or in English, may I have my change out of 20 pesos? In the driver's direction so he can hear you loud and clear. Then when you reach your destination, you can say, para po, to the driver to remind him that your destination has been reached. Sometimes, drivers are left to stop in the middle of the road, so just be quick when disembarking from your ride. That's all for today, and I hope you learned something from this video, especially you have a plan to visit the Philippines. These Filipino phrases will be very useful. See you in my next video. Thank you for watching. If you learned something in this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more educational videos. See you!